There's something unmistakable about Drew Barrymore's smile. It's not polished or perfect. It's unguarded, almost childlike. When she giggles, it feels spontaneous and real, the kind of laughter that bubbles up from deep inside, slightly messy, slightly shy, and completely sincere. Her compassion shows in the way she leans in when people speak, in how her eyes soften, in how she listens, not as a celebrity, but as someone who understands pain. It's the warmth of someone who has been broken before and chose empathy instead of bitterness. Drew doesn't just smile at the world, she meets it with open arms. But it wasn't the case when a 6-year-old Drew starred as Gertie in Steven Spielberg's E.T., the extraterrestrial. She almost didn't make it to adulthood. At 7, she's a film star pouring Baileys over her ice cream, and at 11, she developed a drinking problem. At 12, she was a drug addict, and at 13, she cut her wrists and was hospitalized. By 14, she's legally divorced from her parents. She was an unemployed actor at 15 and was cleaning toilets at 16. A little girl trapped, alone, and spiraling. Born into Hollywood royalty, the granddaughter of silent film star John Barrymore, Drew's childhood was anything but normal, and the fame didn't protect her from a childhood of chaos. Her parents divorced when she was just a toddler. By the time she was a preteen, she was experimenting with cigarettes, alcohol, and drugs, while the cameras still loved her. Her mother, in a controversial move, admitted her to a mental institution, claiming it was for her own good. Drew recalls feeling betrayed, angry, and abandoned, a shocking reality for anyone, let alone a child star. Even this fame couldn't shield her from her spiraling addiction. By her early teens, she had already battled addiction, had run-ins with the law, and faced public scrutiny that would crush most adults. While Hollywood watched her self-destruct, yet she survived. Somehow, she clawed back, proving resilience beyond belief. And at 17 years old, she came back on screen with Poison Ivy, portraying a character close to her public image, sexy and dangerous. This was the beginning of her new era, and over the next 6 years, she made 16 more films. Bad Girls, Everyone Says I Love You to Batman Forever, Scream, and The Wedding Singer. But there came a junction where she grew tired of playing the bad girl. And at 20, she co-founded the film and television production company Flower Films. 3 years later, she produced and starred in Never Been Kissed. She produced classics like Charlie's Angels, Donnie Darko, and 50 First Dates, among various others. Adam Sandler became her lifeline. He helped Drew see that she could reclaim her life, not just as a child star, but as a woman who could control her destiny. She embraced therapy, rehab, and sheer determination, transforming trauma into triumph. This is the story Hollywood rarely tells, not just fame, but survival against all odds. Drew's life has always been controversial. Wild parties, high-profile romances, tabloid scandals, and even rumored feuds. Every scandal was part of a bigger narrative, a struggle to survive, to find normalcy, and to claim happiness on her own terms. Every scandal became a step in her journey, a fight for normalcy, happiness, and control over her life. Today, Drew Barrymore's smile and infectious giggle fill more than movie screens. They light up living rooms across the country. On The Drew Barrymore Show, she doesn't just interview guests, she listens, laughs, and connects with a rare vulnerability. Her compassionate energy is the heartbeat of the show. She greets people with genuine warmth, celebrates their wins, and isn't afraid to share her own struggles on camera. In a world full of scripted TV moments, Drew's show feels like a conversation with a friend who's been through the fire, who still smiles, and who now uses her platform to lift others. The combination of her laughter, empathy, and unfiltered humanity is part of the reason audiences keep coming back, day after day. She turned trauma into triumph, near-death experiences into lessons of courage, pain into empowerment, and survival into inspiration. Her story isn't just about surviving Hollywood. It says that even in the darkest moments, hope exists, and you can rewrite your story if you fight for it.